In the northernmost reaches of our planet, where temperatures plummet to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit and daylight disappears for months at a time, lies one of Earth's most unforgiving theaters of survival. Here, in the vast wilderness of Alaska, winter is not merely a season, but a relentless test of endurance that separates the living from the dead. Snow falls in sheets across endless tundra, transforming the landscape into a crystalline battlefield where only the most adapted, the most cunning, and the most resilient can hope to see another spring. This is nature's ultimate proving ground, where survival is measured not in days or weeks, but in the precious heartbeats that pulse beneath thick fur and feathers. Massive glaciers groan and crack under their own immense weight, their ancient ice holding secrets of countless winters past. As the wind howls with primal fury, carrying with it the breath of the Arctic Ocean and the promise of death for those unprepared. Yet life persists. Life adapts. Life finds a way. Welcome to Alaska's winter wilderness, where survival is an art form perfected over millions of years of evolution. Alaska spans over 663,000 square miles of pristine wilderness. To the south, the Alaska Range dominates the interior. Crowned by the magnificent Denali, North America's tallest peak at 20,310 feet. These mountains create distinct climate zones, trapping moisture and creating microclimates that support diverse ecosystems. Between these ranges lies the vast interior, a basin of forests, rivers, and wetlands that becomes a snow-covered sea during the long winter months. The coastline stretches for over 6,600 miles, from the temperate rainforests of the southeast to the ice-locked shores of the Arctic Ocean. Here, where land meets sea, the influence of ocean currents creates unique conditions that support marine life even in the depths of winter. The Bering Sea, Beaufort Sea, and Gulf of Alaska each contribute their own character to Alaska's winter story. Permafrost underlies much of the landscape, creating a foundation of permanently frozen ground that never thaws. This frozen layer shapes the entire ecosystem, determining where water flows, where plants can grow, and where animals can dig their winter shelters. The active layer above the permafrost freezes and thaws with the seasons, creating a dynamic environment that challenges every living thing. Within this vast wilderness, multiple species have evolved extraordinary adaptations to not merely survive but thrive in conditions that would prove fatal to most living things. Each has developed unique strategies, physical modifications, and behavioral patterns that allow them to master the challenges of Alaska's winter. Across the frozen expanse of the Beaufort Sea, a massive white form moves with surprising grace across the jumbled ice floes. This is the polar bear, the undisputed king of the Arctic, whose very existence depends on the harsh winter conditions that challenge all other life. Standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing as much as 1,500 pounds, The polar bear represents the ultimate adaptation to polar conditions. The bear pauses at the edge of an ice floe. Massive paws testing the thickness of the frozen surface. His black nose twitches as he catches a scent carried on the bitter wind. Somewhere beneath the ice, a seal rests at its breathing hole, unaware that death stalks above. The polar bear's hunting technique requires patience that would test the endurance of any creature. Yet he remains motionless for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. His fur appears pure white from a distance, but closer inspection reveals individual hairs that are actually hollow and transparent. This remarkable adaptation serves multiple purposes. The hollow structure provides insulation by trapping warm air, while the transparent quality allows sunlight to penetrate to the bear's black skin, where it is absorbed as heat. Even the bear's skin contributes to his survival, as the black coloration maximizes heat absorption from any available sunlight. The polar bear's paws are engineering marvels, measuring up to 12 inches across and covered with small bumps called papillae that provide grip on slippery ice. Partially webbed toes make him an excellent swimmer, capable of covering distances of over 60 miles in open water. His powerful claws, measuring up to 4 inches long, serve as both weapons and tools, allowing him to haul massive seals from the water and to dig through ice and snow. A sudden movement below triggers the bear's lightning reflexes. With explosive power, he plunges his massive paw through the ice, feeling for the seal beneath. The hunt is unsuccessful this time, but the polar bear shows no frustration. He simply moves to another breathing hole, beginning the patient vigil once again. This is the reality of Arctic hunting. Success rates are low, but when a kill is made, the reward is enormous. During the harshest winter months, when the ice extends farthest from shore, polar bears are in their element. They can travel hundreds of miles across the frozen sea, following the ice edge where seals are most abundant. A single large seal can provide enough calories to sustain a bear for over a week, and the bear's metabolism slows dramatically between meals to conserve energy. The polar bear's relationship with winter is so intimate that warming temperatures pose an existential threat. As ice forms later and melts earlier each year, the hunting season shrinks, forcing bears to fast for longer periods. Yet for now, as winter maintains its grip on the Arctic, the polar bear remains the supreme predator of the ice, a living symbol of adaptation to Earth's most challenging environment. As the polar bear disappears into the maze of ice ridges, a much smaller but equally remarkable hunter emerges from beneath a snowdrift. The Arctic fox, no larger than a house cat, compensates for its diminutive size with intelligence, adaptability, and one of the most effective winter coats in the animal kingdom. This is a creature that has mastered the art of survival through cunning and resourcefulness. The fox's winter coat is a masterpiece of natural engineering. Dense guard hairs protect an undercoat so thick that the fox can comfortably sleep on snow at temperatures of -80 degrees Fahrenheit. The fur extends even to the soles of its paws, providing both insulation and traction on icy surfaces. Most remarkably, the fox's coat changes color with the seasons, shifting from summer brown to winter white, providing perfect camouflage against the snow. Its small, rounded ears and short muzzle minimize heat loss, while its bushy tail serves as both a warm blanket and a balance aid. When navigating treacherous terrain, the fox wraps its tail around its body when sleeping, covering its nose and paws to prevent frostbite. This compact body plan represents the ultimate in energy efficiency, allowing the fox to survive on minimal food intake during the lean winter months. The Arctic fox demonstrates remarkable opportunism in its winter hunting strategy. When lemmings are abundant, the fox may catch and cache dozens of the small rodents, creating food stores that sustain it through the harshest periods. Its acute hearing allows it to detect the movement of prey beneath the snow, and its hunting technique involves listening intently before suddenly pouncing and diving headfirst through the snow to capture hidden prey. Following the massive polar bear proves profitable for the smaller predator. The fox maintains a respectful distance, knowing that the bear could easily kill it, but close enough to benefit from any leftover seal remains. This dangerous game requires constant vigilance, as the fox must be ready to flee at a moment's notice, while still positioning itself to claim any abandoned food. The Arctic fox's survival strategy extends beyond hunting to include remarkable feats of travel. In search of food, these foxes may journey over 2,000 miles in a single winter, crossing sea ice and navigating by instinct across a landscape that offers few landmarks. They have been spotted hundreds of miles from the nearest land, following polar bears across the frozen ocean, or seeking new territories when local food sources become scarce. During particularly harsh winters, Arctic foxes may resort to scavenging from human settlements, demonstrating the adaptability that has allowed them to thrive in one of Earth's most challenging environments. Their intelligence shines through in their ability to open garbage containers, remember the locations of food caches, and even use tools like sticks to access difficult-to-reach food sources. The Arctic fox's reproductive strategy also reflects its harsh environment. Females give birth to large litters of up to 14 pups, but only in years when food is abundant. In lean years, they may not breed at all, conserving energy for survival. This boom and bust reproductive cycle ensures that the population remains sustainable even in the face of dramatic environmental fluctuations. While the Arctic fox demonstrates individual cunning and adaptability, the vast tundra reveals another survival strategy entirely. Across the white expanse, a dark line appears on the horizon, growing larger and more defined with each passing moment. This is the Great Caribou Migration, one of the most spectacular wildlife displays on Earth, and a testament to the power of collective survival. The caribou's approach creates a thunderous sound as thousands of hooves strike the frozen ground. Their breath forms clouds of steam that merge into a moving fog, while their antlers create a forest of bone that sways with their movement. These animals represent the nomadic spirit of the Arctic, creatures so perfectly adapted to their environment that they turn the vastness of Alaska into their highway. Individual caribou are marvels of cold weather adaptation. Their dense, hollow-haired coat provides insulation comparable to the best human-designed Arctic gear. The outer guard hairs shed water and snow, while the soft undercoat traps warm air close to the skin. Even their hooves are adapted for winter conditions, with sharp edges that provide grip on ice and the ability to spread wide for walking on snow, functioning like natural snowshoes. The lead animals in the migration demonstrate remarkable navigation skills, following routes that have been used for thousands of years. They navigate by the sun, stars, and landscape features, with older individuals teaching younger ones the ancient pathways. The migration is not random wandering, but a precisely timed journey that takes advantage of seasonal changes in food availability and weather patterns. A young calf struggles to keep pace with the herd, its smaller size making each step more difficult in the deep snow. The mother remains close, nudging the youngster forward and using her own body to break the wind. This protection is crucial, as caribou calves must build strength quickly to survive their first winter. The herd's movement creates a natural windbreak, with animals taking turns at the front to share the burden of breaking trail. The caribou's feeding strategy during winter relies on their ability to dig through snow to reach lichens, their primary winter food source. Using their hooves and antlers, they can excavate craters up to 3 feet deep, creating feeding sites that other animals later use. Their 4-chambered stomach allows them to extract maximum nutrition from this low-quality food source, while their liver can process the unique chemicals found in lichens that would be toxic to most other animals. Predators constantly test the herd's vigilance. Wolves shadow the migration, looking for opportunities to separate weak or injured animals from the group. The caribou's response is swift and coordinated, with the entire herd capable of changing direction almost instantaneously. Their speed can reach 50 miles per hour in short bursts, and their endurance allows them to maintain a steady pace for hours. The social structure of the herd provides protection through numbers. but also creates challenges during the harsh winter months. Competition for the best feeding spots intensifies as snow deepens, and the energy cost of traveling in large groups must be balanced against the protection they provide. Dominant individuals claim the best positions, while younger and weaker animals must be content with marginal areas. Despite these challenges, the caribou migration represents one of nature's most successful survival strategies. By remaining constantly mobile, they exploit resources across vast areas and avoid the depletion that would occur if they remained in one location. Their journey is a testament to the power of movement as a survival tool in the Arctic environment. As the caribou herd passes through a valley filled with snow-laden spruce trees, a massive brown form emerges from the forest shadows. This is the Alaskan moose, the largest member of the deer family, and a creature whose survival strategy differs dramatically from the nomadic caribou. Where caribou rely on movement in numbers, the moose has chosen the path of individual strength and adaptation to a more sedentary lifestyle. Standing up to 7 feet tall at the shoulder and weighing as much as 1,500 pounds, the bull moose is an imposing presence in the winter landscape. His massive antlers, which can span over 6 feet, have been shed for the winter, leaving him with a more streamlined profile better suited for navigating through dense forest undergrowth. The energy that went into growing those magnificent antlers is now conserved for the more pressing need of winter survival. The moose's legs are perfectly designed for life in deep snow. Long and powerful, they allow him to step through snow that would trap smaller animals, while his broad hooves spread his weight and provide stability on various surfaces. His distinctive shoulder hump is actually a massive muscle that powers these legs, giving him the strength to forge through drifts that may be several feet deep. A cow moose and her calf emerge from a thicket of willows, their dark forms stark against the white background. The calf, born the previous spring, must now face its first winter, relying on its mother's knowledge and protection. The cow's movements are deliberate and careful, as she tests the snow depth and wind direction, constantly aware of potential dangers that might threaten her offspring. The moose's winter diet consists primarily of woody browse, including willow, aspen, and birch twigs. Their long legs and flexible necks allow them to reach food sources that other animals cannot access, while their multi-chambered stomach efficiently processes this fibrous material. They can consume up to 60 pounds of browse per day, and their feeding activity actually helps maintain the health of the forest ecosystem by pruning trees and shrubs. Unlike the constantly moving caribou, moose establish winter territories that they defend against other moose. These territories are chosen for their combination of food availability, shelter, and protection from predators. A good winter territory might include dense forest for wind protection, open areas for feeding, and escape routes in case of danger. The moose's knowledge of their territory becomes crucial during blizzards, when visibility drops to zero and navigation relies on memory and instinct. The moose's thick winter coat grows so dense that snow accumulating on their backs does not melt. demonstrating the effectiveness of their insulation. The coat consists of long, hollow guard hairs that trap air and provide buoyancy when the moose must cross partially frozen waterways. Their dark coloration helps them absorb heat from any available sunlight, while their large size provides thermal mass that helps regulate body temperature. During the harshest winter weather, moose may yard up, gathering in small groups in areas with the best combination of food and shelter. These temporary associations provide mutual protection and allow them to share the work of creating trails through deep snow. However, unlike caribou, moose do not migrate, instead relying on their intimate knowledge of local areas to find the resources they need. The moose's survival strategy demonstrates the effectiveness of specialization. By adapting to exploit a specific niche in the Alaskan ecosystem, they have become masters of their environment. Their success is measured not in the distances they travel or the numbers in their herds, but in their ability to thrive in a single area through efficient use of available resources. The howl that echoes across the snow-covered landscape sends a chill through every creature within miles. It is the voice of the gray wolf, Alaska's most efficient predator, and the embodiment of cooperative hunting perfected through thousands of years of evolution. As the sound fades, dark shapes emerge from the tree line, moving with the fluid coordination that makes wolf packs one of nature's most formidable hunting machines. The alpha female leads the pack, her larger size and confident posture marking her as the dominant animal. Behind her, the pack follows in single file, each wolf stepping precisely in the tracks of the one before, conserving energy and presenting a unified front to the world. This is not merely a group of animals, but a highly organized society with complex social structures and communication systems. The wolves' winter coats are masterpieces of natural insulation. Dense undercoats trap warm air close to their skin, while longer guard hairs repel moisture and snow. Their fur is so effective that wolves can sleep comfortably on snow at temperatures well below freezing, often curling into balls with their bushy tails covering their noses. The coat's thickness varies across their bodies, with the thickest fur protecting their vital organs and the thinnest on their legs, where blood circulation helps prevent frostbite. A pack member catches a scent on the wind and alerts the others with subtle body language. The wolves' communication system is incredibly sophisticated, involving not just howls but also body posture, facial expressions, and chemical signals. Each pack member has a specific role during hunts, with strategies that are learned and refined through experience. The coordination required for successful pack hunting demands intelligence and social bonds that rival those of primates. The wolves begin tracking a small herd of caribou that is separated from the main migration. Their hunting strategy unfolds like a military operation, with individuals taking positions to drive the prey toward other pack members. The wolves can maintain a steady pace for hours, wearing down prey animals that may be faster in short bursts, but lack the endurance for prolonged chases. The pack's hunting success depends on their ability to identify vulnerable prey. They test potential victims, looking for signs of weakness, injury, or youth that might make an animal easier to catch. This selection process, while brutal, actually benefits the prey species by removing weak individuals and ensuring that only the strongest genes are passed on to future generations. Winter hunting presents unique challenges for the pack. Deep snow can impede their movement, while the caribou's hooves give them better traction on hard surfaces. The wolves must use their intelligence to overcome these disadvantages, employing tactics like driving prey onto ice, where their claws provide better grip, or using terrain features to their advantage in ambush situations. The pack's social structure becomes even more important during winter months, when food is scarce. The alpha pair eats first, followed by other pack members in strict hierarchical order. This system ensures that the most important individuals remain strong enough to lead hunts and make decisions that affect the entire pack's survival. Lower-ranking wolves may go hungry, but their sacrifice ensures the pack's continuity. Between hunts, the pack maintains its territory through regular patrols and scent marking. A pack's territory may cover hundreds of square miles, and defending it requires constant vigilance. The howling that announces their presence serves multiple purposes. It warns other wolves to stay away, helps pack members locate each other, and strengthens the social bonds that hold the pack together. The wolves' reproductive strategy reflects their harsh environment. Only the alpha pair typically breeds, and pups are born in spring when food is most abundant. The entire pack participates in raising the young, with subordinate adults serving as babysitters and hunters. This cooperative breeding system ensures that pups receive the best possible care and education in the skills they will need to survive in the Alaska wilderness. As the wolf pack disappears into the distance, the forest falls silent, except for the soft whisper of wind through snow-laden branches. Somewhere in this white cathedral, another predator moves with a stealth that borders on the supernatural. The lynx represents the art of solitary hunting refined to perfection. A creature whose very existence depends on patience, precision, and the ability to remain invisible in plain sight. The lynx's appearance is perfectly adapted for its role as a winter predator. Its oversized paws act as natural snowshoes, distributing its weight across the snow's surface and allowing it to move silently across terrain that would betray other animals with telltale crunching sounds. The thick fur between its toes provides insulation while also muffling any sound its movement might make. Perched on a snow-covered log, the lynx demonstrates the patience that defines its hunting strategy. Its ear tufts, which may seem decorative, actually serve important functions in focusing sound and helping the cat determine the exact location of prey. The lynx's hearing is so acute that it can detect the movement of a snowshoe hare from over 300 feet away, even when the prey is moving beneath the snow. The lynx's relationship with the snowshoe hare represents one of nature's most famous predator-prey cycles. These two species are so interconnected that their populations rise and fall in predictable patterns spanning roughly 10 years. When hare numbers are high, lynx populations increase. When hare numbers crash, lynx populations follow suit. This dance of abundance and scarcity has been documented for over a century and represents a perfect example of ecological balance. A slight movement in the underbrush catches the lynx's attention. Its yellow eyes focus with laser intensity on a small disturbance in the snow where a snowshoe hare has been foraging. The lynx's hunting style requires it to get within striking distance before launching its attack, as it lacks the endurance for long chases. Every movement must be calculated. Every step planned to maintain the element of surprise. The lynx begins its stalk with movements so slow and deliberate that they are almost imperceptible. Its retractable claws remain sheathed to prevent clicking against ice or rocks, while its padded paws find purchase on the most silent surfaces. The cat's body stays low to the ground, using every available piece of cover to mask its approach. This is hunting as an art form, requiring skills that take years to master. The lynx's winter coat provides not just warmth, but also camouflage. Its mottled gray and brown coloration blends perfectly with the shadows and textures of the winter forest. The coat is so thick that snow accumulating on the lynx's back does not melt, maintaining the cat's cryptic appearance even in bright sunlight. This natural camouflage is so effective that lynx can remain motionless just yards from prey without being detected. The final moments of the hunt unfold with explosive speed. The lynx launches itself through the air in a powerful leap, covering the final distance to its prey in a single bound. Its large paws spread wide to snare the hare, while its sharp claws extend to ensure a secure grip. The attack is over in seconds, demonstrating the incredible efficiency that allows lynx to survive in an environment where hunting opportunities are rare and precious. The lynx's success rate varies dramatically with conditions. In deep, soft snow, their advantage over prey is maximized. But in hard-packed or icy conditions, their hunting becomes much more difficult. This variability in hunting success is one reason why lynx populations fluctuate so dramatically, and why they must be opportunistic feeders capable of surviving on a variety of prey species when their preferred hares are scarce. The snowshoe hare that narrowly escaped the lynx's ambush represents one of nature's most remarkable examples of adaptation to seasonal change. As it bounds away through the forest, leaving distinctive tracks in the snow, the hare demonstrates why it has become the cornerstone prey species for many of Alaska's predators. Its survival depends not on size or strength, but on speed, camouflage, and an uncanny ability to anticipate danger. The hare's oversized hind feet, which give it its name, are perfectly engineered for life on snow. Measuring up to 6 inches long and covered with dense fur, these feet can support the hare's weight on snow that would cause other animals to sink. The feet also provide incredible traction on ice, allowing the hare to make sharp turns and sudden direction changes that can mean the difference between life and death. Perhaps most remarkably, the snowshoe hare undergoes a complete color transformation with the changing seasons. Its summer brown coat gradually changes to winter white, through a process triggered by changing daylight hours rather than temperature. This molt is so precisely timed that the hare achieves perfect camouflage just as snow begins to cover the landscape. The white winter coat is not just a different color, but actually consists of different types of hair that provide superior insulation. The hare pauses beneath a low-hanging spruce branch, demonstrating its ability to remain motionless for extended periods. When threatened, snowshoe hares often freeze rather than flee, relying on their camouflage to avoid detection. Their ability to remain perfectly still, even when predators are nearby, requires remarkable nerve and represents a survival strategy that has served them well for thousands of generations. The hare's diet during winter months consists primarily of woody materials, including twigs, bark, and buds. Their sharp incisors can strip bark from trees and shrubs, while their digestive system has adapted to extract maximum nutrition from these low-quality food sources. They practice coprophagy, eating their own feces to extract additional nutrients, a behavior that may seem unappetizing but is actually an efficient adaptation to their harsh environment. Snowshoe hares are most active during dawn and dusk, times when the dim light provides additional camouflage for their movements. Their large eyes are positioned to provide nearly 360-degree vision, allowing them to detect approaching predators from any direction. The combination of excellent vision and acute hearing makes them extremely difficult to approach undetected. The hare's reproductive strategy reflects the boom and bust nature of their environment. During peak population years, females may produce up to 4 litters per year, with each litter containing up to 8 young. This incredible reproductive rate allows hare populations to explode when conditions are favorable. But it also means that when predator populations increase or environmental conditions deteriorate, hare numbers can crash dramatically. The network of trails that snowshoe hares create through their territories becomes a crucial survival tool during winter months. These packed snow highways allow for quick escape routes and efficient movement between feeding areas and shelter. The hare's knowledge of these trail systems often determines their survival when pursued by predators, as they can use their superior knowledge of the terrain to their advantage. During severe winter weather, snowshoe hares may yard up in areas with the best combination of food and shelter. These temporary concentrations provide some protection through the extra vigilance of multiple individuals, but they also create opportunities for predators to find concentrated prey. The balance between social protection and individual vulnerability is constantly shifting based on environmental conditions. The snowshoe hare's survival story is ultimately one of adaptation through flexibility. By changing their appearance, behavior, and even their reproductive patterns in response to environmental conditions, they have mastered the art of thriving in one of nature's most challenging environments. Their success supports entire ecosystems, making them one of the most important species in Alaska's winter wilderness. High above the tundra, a white phantom glides through the Arctic air on silent wings. The snowy owl represents the perfection of aerial hunting, a predator whose adaptations allow it to thrive in conditions that challenge even the hardiest ground-dwelling creatures. As it surveys its domain from a perch on a weathered fence post, the owl embodies the majesty and mystery of Alaska's winter wilderness. The snowy owl's feathers are among the most efficient insulation systems in the animal kingdom. Unlike most birds, whose feet remain unfeathered, The snowy owl's feet are covered with dense hair like feathers that protect them from frostbite and provide silent traction when grasping prey. The owl's entire body is covered with multiple layers of feathers, creating air pockets that trap warm air and maintain body temperature even in the most extreme conditions. The owl's hunting strategy relies on exceptional vision and hearing. Its large forward-facing eyes provide binocular vision that allows precise depth perception, crucial for accurately judging distances when diving on prey. The owl's hearing is so acute that it can detect the movement of prey beneath the snow, using the slight sounds made by voles and lemmings to locate targets that are completely invisible to other predators. A sudden movement in the snow catches the owl's attention. Its head turns with mechanical precision, fixing on a spot where a vole has betrayed its presence with a tiny sound. The owl's ability to rotate its head 270 degrees allows it to track prey without moving its body, maintaining the element of surprise that is crucial for successful hunting. The asymmetrical placement of its ears helps it pinpoint the exact location of sounds, creating a three-dimensional audio map of its surroundings. The snowy owl launches itself from its perch with powerful wing beats, then transitions to a silent glide as it approaches its target. Its flight feathers have soft fringed edges that eliminate the sound of air passing over the wings, making it perhaps the quietest predator in the Arctic. This silent flight allows the owl to approach prey without detection, often striking before the victim even knows death is descending from above. The owl's talons are formidable weapons, capable of exerting tremendous pressure and equipped with needle-sharp claws that can penetrate the thickest fur. The impact of the owl's strike is often sufficient to kill prey instantly, while its powerful grip prevents escape. The owl's beak, though appearing small, is perfectly designed for tearing flesh and can deliver a killing bite to prey that survives the initial impact. Snowy owls are opportunistic feeders, whose diet varies with prey availability. During lemming peak years, they may consume up to 1,600 lemmings per year, while in lean years they turn to ptarmigan, hares, and even fish. This dietary flexibility allows them to survive the dramatic population fluctuations that characterize Arctic prey species. They are also capable of storing food, caching surplus prey in snow refrigerators during times of abundance. The owl's nesting strategy reflects the harsh realities of Arctic life. Females lay eggs only in years when food is abundant, and clutch sizes vary dramatically based on prey availability. During peak lemming years, a pair may successfully raise 9 or 10 young, while in poor years they may not attempt to breed at all. This reproductive flexibility ensures that energy is not wasted on doomed nesting attempts. The snowy owl's relationship with its environment extends beyond hunting to include complex interactions with other predators. While owls are supreme aerial hunters, they must remain vigilant against attacks from other raptors, ravens, and even Arctic foxes that might target their eggs or young. Their nesting sites are chosen for their defensive advantages, often on elevated ground with good visibility in all directions. During winter months, some snowy owls remain in the Arctic, while others migrate south to agricultural areas where prey is more abundant. This partial migration pattern allows the species to exploit different environments and avoid competition with other owls. Those that remain in Alaska during winter must be the most skilled hunters, capable of finding enough prey to survive in the world's most challenging environment. As the snowy owl disappears into the white expanse, a small explosion of snow reveals the presence of another remarkably adapted Arctic resident. The ptarmigan, often called the Arctic grouse, represents the triumph of specialization over size. These chicken-sized birds have evolved perhaps the most comprehensive adaptations to cold weather of any bird species, allowing them to thrive in conditions that force most other birds to migrate to warmer climates. The ptarmigan's feet are nature's equivalent of snowshoes, covered with dense feathers that provide both insulation and flotation on snow. These feathered feet can spread wide to distribute the bird's weight, allowing it to walk on snow that would cause other ground-dwelling birds to sink. The feathers on the feet are constantly renewed, as the harsh conditions of walking on ice and snow constantly wear them down. Like the snowshoe hare, ptarmigan undergo dramatic seasonal color changes that provide perfect camouflage throughout the year. Their winter plumage is pure white, except for black tail feathers and eye patches, making them nearly invisible against snow-covered backgrounds. This transformation is so complete that even their beaks change color, shifting from dark summer tones to light winter shades that blend with their white plumage. A small flock of ptarmigan huddles together in a snow shelter. They have excavated beneath a low-growing shrub. Their ability to dig into snow and create insulated roosts is crucial for survival during blizzards and extreme cold. These snow caves can be up to 20 degrees warmer than the outside air, providing a microclimate that allows the birds to conserve precious energy during the most challenging weather. The ptarmigan's diet during winter consists primarily of buds, twigs, and catkins from willows, birches, and other Arctic shrubs. Their digestive system includes an enlarged crop that allows them to quickly gather large quantities of food and digest it slowly in the safety of their snow shelters. This adaptation is crucial because ptarmigan must often feed in exposed locations where they are vulnerable to predators. The bird's feeding strategy involves making quick forays from cover to gather food, then returning to safety to digest their meal. Your ability to survive on low-quality browse is enhanced by bacterial fermentation in their digestive system, similar to that found in ruminants. This allows them to extract maximum nutrition from woody materials that would provide little sustenance to other birds. Ptarmigan's social behavior changes dramatically with the seasons. During winter, they form flocks that provide mutual protection and help in finding food sources. The flock's collective vigilance increases the likelihood of detecting approaching predators, while their coordinated movements can confuse attackers. When danger threatens, the entire flock may explode into flight simultaneously, creating a chaos of white wings that makes it difficult for predators to focus on individual targets. The ptarmigan's flight pattern is distinctive and energy efficient. They employ a combination of rapid wing beats and gliding that allows them to cover considerable distances without exhausting their energy reserves. Their wings are proportionally large for their body size, providing the lift needed for quick takeoffs and the maneuverability required to navigate through dense vegetation. During courtship displays in late winter, male ptarmigan demonstrate remarkable territorial behavior. They claim prominent perches and defend them against rivals, while performing elaborate displays that include inflating colorful air sacs and producing distinctive calls. These displays serve to attract females and establish dominance hierarchies that will determine breeding success when spring arrives. The ptarmigan's nesting strategy is carefully timed to coincide with the brief Arctic summer when food is most abundant. Females create simple scrapes in the ground, lining them with vegetation and their own feathers. The timing is so precise that chicks hatch just as the tundra explodes with plant growth and insect activity, providing optimal conditions for rapid growth and development. While the ptarmigan represents adaptation through specialization, the wolverine embodies survival through sheer tenacity and strength. This compact but incredibly powerful predator and scavenger roams across vast territories, following a lifestyle that demands constant movement and the ability to overcome obstacles that would stop other animals. The wolverine's reputation as one of nature's most formidable creatures is well earned through its remarkable adaptations to Arctic life. The wolverine's build is perfectly designed for life in deep snow and rugged terrain. Its broad, furry paws act as natural snowshoes, while its low center of gravity and powerful legs allow it to traverse terrain that challenges much larger animals. The wolverine's distinctive rolling gait appears awkward, but is actually incredibly efficient, allowing it to cover up to 30 miles per day across the most challenging landscapes. A lone wolverine makes its way across a windswept ridge, its dark form stark against the white snow. Its thick frost-resistant fur is so effective that ice and snow cannot accumulate on it, keeping the animal dry and warm even in the most extreme conditions. The wolverine's fur is so prized by Arctic peoples that it is traditionally used to line parka hoods because it does not collect ice from breath vapor. The wolverine's incredible strength is legendary among Arctic animals. Individuals have been observed moving objects many times their own weight, including dragging entire caribou carcasses for miles to cache them in secure locations. Their powerful jaws can crush bones that other predators cannot even crack, allowing them to extract marrow and nutrients that would otherwise be wasted. The wolverine's hunting and scavenging strategy makes it perfectly suited to the feast or famine reality of Arctic life. They are opportunistic feeders capable of killing prey as large as caribou, but they are equally skilled at finding and utilizing carcasses left by other predators. Their acute sense of smell allows them to locate buried carcasses from considerable distances, while their powerful claws can dig through feet of snow and ice to reach frozen meat. The wolverine's territorial behavior reflects the harsh realities of Arctic survival. Males may claim territories covering over 240 square miles, while females defend smaller areas that contain the best denning sites. These territories are marked with scent and defended aggressively against intruders. The wolverine's reputation for fearlessness is well documented, with individuals known to drive much larger predators away from kills. The wolverine's reproductive strategy is adapted to the unpredictable nature of Arctic resources. Females experience delayed implantation, allowing them to time the birth of their young to coincide with periods of food abundance. Kits are born in secure dens dug into snowbanks or rocky crevices, where they remain hidden until they are large enough to accompany their mother on hunting expeditions. The wolverine's intelligence and problem-solving abilities are remarkable. They have been observed using tools, planning complex routes to avoid dangers, and even working cooperatively with ravens to locate food sources. Their ability to adapt their behavior to changing conditions is crucial for survival in an environment where flexibility often determines life or death. The wolverine's relationship with human activities in Alaska is complex and often contentious. Their wide-ranging territories and low population densities make them particularly vulnerable to habitat disruption, while their reputation for raiding trap lines and camps has created conflicts with hunters and trappers. Despite these challenges, wolverines remain an essential part of Alaska's ecosystem, serving as both predator and scavenger in the complex web of Arctic life. As the wolverine disappears into a rocky canyon, the landscape rises dramatically towards snow-covered peaks where another remarkable survivor makes its home. The Dall sheep represents the ultimate adaptation to mountain life, a creature so perfectly suited to steep, rocky terrain that it has claimed the most inaccessible peaks as its exclusive domain. Here, where avalanches and rock slides are constant threats, the Dall sheep has found sanctuary from most predators. The ram's magnificent curved horns catch the pale Arctic sunlight as he surveys his mountainous kingdom from a precipitous ledge. These horns, which can weigh up to 40 pounds, are not just symbols of dominance, but practical tools for survival. The sheep uses them to dig through snow to reach vegetation, to defend against predators, and to establish dominance hierarchies that determine access to the best feeding areas and mates. The Dall sheep's hooves are engineering marvels. Equipped with hard outer edges for gripping rock and soft rubbery pads that provide traction on smooth surfaces. These specialized feet allow the sheep to navigate terrain that would be impossible for other animals, moving with confidence across cliff faces and loose scree that would challenge experienced human climbers. Their ability to leap between narrow ledges with precision and grace is a testament to millions of years of evolution in mountainous environments. A ewe leads her lamb across a narrow mountain ledge, demonstrating the teaching process that is crucial for survival in this vertical world. The young sheep must learn not only where to find food and water, but also how to read the mountain's moods, recognizing the signs of approaching storms and the instabilities that might trigger rock slides. This education process takes years, with young sheep remaining with their mothers well into their second year of life. The sheep's winter coat is a masterpiece of insulation, consisting of a dense woolly undercoat protected by longer guard hairs. This two-layer system provides warmth while remaining flexible enough to allow the precise movements required for cliff climbing. The coat's white coloration provides camouflage against snow and rock, making the sheep difficult to spot from below where most predators approach. The Dall sheep's feeding strategy during winter involves migrating to wind-swept ridges where snow is blown away, exposing the grasses and sedges that form their primary diet. These wind-scoured areas, known as wind ridges, are often the only places where vegetation remains accessible during the deepest winter months. The sheep's ability to find and utilize these areas is crucial for their survival, as they lack the physical adaptations for digging through deep snow. The sheep's social structure is complex and highly organized. Mature rams form bachelor groups during most of the year, coming together with ewes and lambs only during the brief rutting season. These all-male groups establish dominance hierarchies through spectacular head-butting contests that can be heard for miles across the mountains. The sound of horns clashing echoes through the peaks like gunshots, advertising the strength and determination of the contestants. The Dall sheep's predator avoidance strategy relies heavily on their superior mobility in steep terrain. When threatened, they retreat to the steepest, most inaccessible cliffs where even the most determined predators cannot follow. Their ability to leap from ledge to ledge with seemingly impossible precision allows them to escape dangers that would trap other animals. The sheep's reproductive timing is precisely calibrated to mountain conditions. Lambs are born in late spring when the weather is most stable and food is becoming abundant. The timing ensures that young sheep have maximum time to grow and develop before facing their first winter. Lamb mortality is high, but those that survive their first year are well equipped to thrive in the mountain environment. The Dall sheep's vision is exceptional, adapted for spotting predators and navigation hazards at great distances. Their eyes are positioned to provide excellent peripheral vision, while still maintaining the binocular vision needed for judging distances when jumping between cliff faces. This combination of visual capabilities makes them extremely difficult for predators to approach undetected. While the Dall sheep master the vertical world of Alaska's mountains, the coastal waters reveal another realm of winter survival. Here, where sea ice forms and breaks with the rhythm of tides and storms, the beluga whale demonstrates that the ocean can provide sanctuary even in the heart of the Arctic winter. These white whales represent the triumph of marine adaptation. Creatures so perfectly suited to ice-covered seas that they thrive where most marine mammals cannot survive. A pod of beluga whales surfaces through a crack in the sea ice, their distinctive white coloration making them appear like Arctic spirits emerging from the dark water. The adult whale's pure white skin is not just beautiful but functional, providing camouflage against ice and snow that helps protect them from predators. Young belugas are born gray and gradually lighten as they mature, a process that takes several years to complete. The beluga's most distinctive feature is its flexible neck, unusual among whales and crucial for navigation in ice-covered waters. Unlike other whales whose vertebrae are fused, belugas can turn their heads in all directions, allowing them to examine their surroundings and navigate through narrow openings in the ice. This flexibility is essential when breathing holes are scarce, and the whales must carefully judge the size and safety of openings. The pod demonstrates the complex social behaviors that help belugas survive in harsh Arctic conditions. These whales live in highly organized societies with sophisticated communication systems that include clicks, whistles, and songs. Their vocalizations serve multiple purposes. They help maintain pod cohesion in dark or murky water, coordinate hunting efforts, and provide warnings about dangers such as killer whales or polar bears. A mother beluga swims close to her calf, demonstrating the intense maternal care that characterizes these whales. Calves remain with their mothers for up to 2 years, learning not only where to find food but also how to navigate the complex ice environment. The mother's knowledge of breathing holes, current patterns, and safe travel routes is passed on through constant example and guidance. The beluga's echolocation system is among the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. They produce clicks and whistles that bounce off objects in the water, creating detailed sound pictures of their environment. This biological sonar allows them to navigate in complete darkness, locate prey in murky water, and detect the thickness and stability of ice overhead. Their bulbous forehead, called a melon, can change shape to focus these sounds with remarkable precision. The beluga's feeding strategy during winter involves diving to considerable depths to find Arctic cod, shrimp, and other prey that remain active beneath the ice. Their diving ability is impressive, with some individuals capable of descending to depths of over 3,000 feet and remaining submerged for up to 20 minutes. The pressure changes associated with these deep dives require specialized physiological adaptations that allow them to avoid decompression sickness. The beluga's blubber layer, which can be up to 6 inches thick, provides both insulation and energy storage. This fat layer maintains body temperature in water that would quickly kill unprotected humans, while also serving as a reserve food source during times when prey is scarce. The blubber's distribution changes with the seasons, becoming thicker before winter and thinner during spring feeding periods. The beluga's relationship with sea ice is complex and intimate. They use ice edges for protection from predators, create breathing holes by breaking through thin ice with their tough skulls, and even rub against ice floes to help shed old skin. Their ability to read ice conditions is crucial for survival, as they must constantly assess whether ice is thick enough to support their weight or thin enough to break through for breathing. The beluga's migration patterns are closely tied to ice formation and breakup. Some populations follow the ice edge as it advances and retreats, while others remain in areas where currents or geothermal activity keep water open throughout winter. These different strategies reflect the diverse ways that belugas have adapted to various Arctic marine environments. As the beluga pod disappears beneath the ice, a harsh cry echoes across the frozen landscape. High above, a large black bird cuts through the Arctic air with powerful wing beats, its dark form a stark contrast against the white wilderness. This is the raven, perhaps the most intelligent and adaptable of all Arctic residents, a creature whose survival depends not on specialized physical adaptations, but on remarkable cognitive abilities and behavioral flexibility. The raven's intelligence is legendary among Arctic peoples, who have observed these birds solving complex problems, using tools, and even displaying what appears to be humor and play. Their problem-solving abilities are comparable to those of primates, allowing them to exploit food sources and survival opportunities that other animals cannot access. This intelligence has made them one of the most successful species in the Arctic, thriving in conditions that challenge much more physically adapted creatures. A pair of ravens works together to access a frozen caribou carcass, demonstrating the cooperative behavior that sets them apart from other Arctic birds. One raven distracts a nearby Arctic fox, while the other tears meat from the carcass. Then they switch roles to ensure both birds get their share. This type of coordinated behavior requires communication, planning, and trust between individuals, cognitive abilities that are rare in the animal kingdom. The raven's physical adaptations to Arctic life are subtle but effective. Their black feathers absorb heat from any available sunlight, while their dense plumage provides excellent insulation. Their feet are covered with small feathers that help prevent frostbite, and their nostrils are covered with specialized feathers that warm incoming air. These adaptations allow ravens to remain active throughout the Arctic winter when most other birds have migrated south. The raven's omnivorous diet makes it perfectly suited to the unpredictable nature of Arctic food sources. Ate everything from carrion and eggs to berries and insects, adapting their feeding behavior to take advantage of whatever opportunities arise. Their ability to cache food in multiple locations demonstrates both memory capabilities and planning for future needs, behaviors that are crucial for surviving the lean winter months. The raven's relationship with other Arctic predators is complex and mutually beneficial. They often follow wolves and polar bears, alerting them to potential prey, while benefiting from the carcasses these predators leave behind. Ravens have been observed leading wolves to prey animals, suggesting a level of interspecies cooperation that borders on the remarkable. These relationships demonstrate the raven's ability to form beneficial alliances with other species. The raven's communication system is incredibly sophisticated, with over 30 distinct vocalizations that convey different meanings. They can mimic the calls of other animals, use different alarm calls for different types of predators, and even adjust their communication based on their audience. Young ravens learn these complex vocalizations through extended periods of practice and social interaction. The raven's flight capabilities are impressive, allowing them to soar on thermal currents and navigate through severe weather conditions that ground other birds. Their acrobatic abilities include barrel rolls, dives, and complex aerial maneuvers that serve both practical and social functions. These flight skills are essential for accessing food sources in rugged terrain and for avoiding predators. The raven's nesting strategy demonstrates their intelligence and adaptability. They choose nest sites that provide protection from both weather and predators, often in locations that are difficult for other animals to access. Their nests are substantial structures that are often reused and improved over multiple years, showing long-term planning and investment in prime locations. The raven's role in Arctic ecosystems extends beyond their direct interactions with other species. They serve as cleanup crews, removing carrion and waste that might otherwise spread disease. Their seed dispersal activities help maintain plant communities, while their predation on insects and small mammals helps control populations of these species. In many ways, ravens serve as ecosystem engineers, modifying their environment in ways that benefit many other species. As the raven disappears into the distance, a movement on the tundra reveals the presence of Alaska's most prehistoric-looking inhabitants. A small herd of musk oxen stands in defensive formation, their massive, shaggy forms seeming to emerge from another age. These living fortresses represent one of the most successful survival strategies in the Arctic. The power of collective defense and extreme adaptation to cold. The musk ox's appearance is immediately striking, with long, flowing guard hairs that reach nearly to the ground and massive curved horns that meet in the center of their skulls. This outer coat of guard hairs, called kivat, provides the first line of defense against wind and precipitation, while beneath it lies an undercoat so fine and warm that it is considered among the world's finest natural fibers. This dual-layer system creates an insulation so effective that snow can accumulate on the ox's back without melting. A mature bull demonstrates the defensive posture that has made musk oxen legendary among Arctic predators. When threatened, the herd forms a tight circle with the adults facing outward and the calves protected in the center. This formation, perfected over thousands of years, presents a wall of horns and hooves that few predators dare to challenge. The bull's massive heads and powerful necks are perfectly designed for this defensive strategy, capable of delivering crushing blows to any attacker. The musk ox's feeding strategy is both simple and effective. They use their massive heads like snowplows, sweeping away snow to expose the grasses and sedges beneath. Their broad, flat hooves provide stability on ice and snow, while their powerful neck muscles generate the force needed to move heavy snow. During the harshest winter months, they may move to wind-blown ridges where snow accumulation is minimal. The muskox's digestive system is specifically adapted for extracting maximum nutrition from low-quality Arctic vegetation. Their four-chambered stomach allows them to process tough, fibrous plants that other animals cannot digest, while their ability to ruminate means they can continue digesting food while resting in sheltered areas. This efficient digestive system allows them to survive on vegetation that provides minimal nutrition per bite. The herd's social structure is crucial for survival in the harsh Arctic environment. Dominant bulls lead the herd to the best feeding areas and maintain discipline during defensive formations. The social bonds between herd members are strong, with individuals showing concern for sick or injured members and working together to protect the young. This cooperation is essential when facing the coordinated attacks of wolf packs. The muskox's reproductive strategy is carefully timed to maximize calf survival. Mating occurs in late summer, with calves born in spring when conditions are most favorable. The gestation period is precisely calibrated so that birth coincides with the brief Arctic summer, when food is abundant and weather conditions are mild. Calves must grow rapidly to survive their first winter, gaining weight quickly on their mother's rich milk. The muskox's relationship with their environment extends beyond simple survival to include important ecological roles. Their grazing helps maintain the health of Arctic grasslands, while their trampling creates habitat for smaller species. Their presence attracts scavengers and predators, creating complex ecological relationships that benefit entire ecosystems. The musk ox's thick skull and massive horns serve multiple purposes beyond defense. During the rutting season, bulls engage in spectacular head-butting contests that can be heard for miles. These displays of strength determine dominance hierarchies and breeding rights, with the most powerful bulls earning the right to mate with the herd's females. The sound of these collisions echoes across the tundra like thunder, a testament to the incredible forces involved. The musk ox's survival through multiple ice ages demonstrates their remarkable adaptability to changing conditions. They have survived climate changes that eliminated many other species, adapting their behavior and distribution to match environmental conditions. Their presence in Alaska represents a successful reintroduction program, as they had been eliminated from the state, but were successfully re-established from Greenland populations. As we conclude this journey through Alaska's winter wilderness, we must confront an uncomfortable truth about the relationship between human activity and these remarkable survival stories. The pristine wilderness we have explored faces unprecedented challenges from climate change, industrial development, and the expanding footprint of human civilization. The warming Arctic represents perhaps the greatest threat to these adapted species. Rising temperatures are fundamentally altering the environment that shaped these creatures over millions of years. Sea ice, crucial for polar bears and beluga whales, is forming later and melting earlier each year. The permafrost that underlies much of Alaska is thawing, changing drainage patterns and vegetation communities. These changes are occurring so rapidly that evolutionary adaptation cannot keep pace. Industrial development, particularly oil and gas extraction, fragments the vast territories that many species require for survival. The caribou migration routes that have been used for thousands of years are increasingly interrupted by roads, pipelines, and human settlements. The noise pollution from industrial activity disrupts the delicate communication systems that wolves, whales, and other species depend upon for survival. Perhaps most concerning is the cascading effect of these changes on the intricate ecological relationships we have observed. The predator-prey cycles that have maintained balance for millennia are being disrupted as species respond differently to environmental changes. Some species may adapt and survive, others may find new ranges, but many face an uncertain future in a rapidly changing world. Yet there is also reason for hope. Alaska's vast wilderness areas provide refuges where natural processes can continue, and conservation efforts are working to protect critical habitats. The remarkable adaptability we have witnessed in these 12 species suggests that life finds ways to persist even in the face of unprecedented challenges. The intelligence of ravens, the flexibility of Arctic foxes, and the resilience of musk oxen remind us that nature's capacity for adaptation is extraordinary. The ultimate responsibility lies with us to ensure that these winter warriors continue to thrive in their Arctic homeland for generations to come. West struck by how these animals survive the harsh winters of Alaska. Which one do you think is the most gifted at enduring the cold? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting videos diving deep into wildlife.